right, testing. Hello. I hope you can hear me. I hope you'll be able to see me in a minute when I get to the room there. Just running a little behind because of a technical problem I didn't realize that we were having. And hopefully is now resolving. Fingers crossed. Wow, wow. Hi, Noodle. Hi, Noodle Noodles. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm gonna move this camera. Oh, maybe. Can I make it reach far enough? I think I can. Can I make it sit the way I want? Maybe, maybe not. All right, let's try that. How are we doing there? Wow, wow. I hear you, kid. That looks like it might work. All right, how are we doing then? Okay, can everybody hear me okay? How are we doing for hearing? Sound good, okay, perfect. Well, then I guess we're okay. I'm gonna come sit right up here. Hi, we're gonna hang out on the bed together. What do you think, Nude? Okay. Now, let's see here. Good, and how do the cameras look? They look okay? I'm waiting for them to resolve on my screen, but it does look like it's pretty much all right. I should probably check the one camera to make sure that it's focused. Kind of focused. That should, oh, now you're standing in the way though. It's gonna focus on you, Noodles. Hi, you gonna go rub on the camera, huh? You like that camera? Yeah, okay. All right, I think that's good. Let me double check on the Discord here. How we doing? Looking good. Okay, well, here we go. I had to put the futon flat last night because Logan came in here while Noodle was out and peed on the futon, and I put it down while I was trying to clean it, and there's more cleaning to be done still, but I think I got most of it. So, what about news for this week? Oh, there is some news this week, actually. We went to the vet for the faculty, getting just their regular checkups and stuff. And while I was there, I asked if we could schedule spays and neuters for everybody because I haven't seen any new ringworm lately. And the doc said we could, although she's going to want us to do a ringworm culture before they start coming in. They scheduled everything as soon as they could. We're going to do the pre-op work, I think, like starting at the end of this month, because that's just how busy she is. But at least it's on the books now, assuming, fingers crossed, that we don't see any more ringworm by then, and the tests that we're going to do at the beginning of next week come back clean. So fingers crossed, but I think we're just about there. That's the big news. And then news of the move is that DJ and I found one house that we kind of like. I'm concerned it might be too small. And then our agent hooked us up with another possibility that's basically like a house that's going to need some fixing up, but it's in an amazing location and cheap enough that we could afford to do the fixing up. So it's definitely something that I'm excited about and considering. And we're going to go see probably both of those tomorrow. So that'll be the first time I've been there. I think I passed through Pennsylvania briefly in 1999 when I was doing Y2K fixes, and I only sort of vaguely recall flying into the airport. It was like a rural airport, and that's all I can really remember of it. But other than that, I don't know that I've ever been to the state at all. So it's basically like my first time. And I'm excited to see where we will be living, because that's a for sure thing. You know, I mean, the state anyway, if not the house. I'm also excited that maybe that house or that the house that needs the fixing up is going to be the one. We'll see. But otherwise, it's been real slim pickings as far as what's on the market. And DJ and I have basically decided that right now, we don't have to hurry to get down there. We wanted to get it all done and out of the way, and we thought it would go a lot faster than it has been. But if push comes to shove, we can take as long as we need, really. So instead of sort of compromising and trying to find a house that's good enough so we can get it done, I think we're going to take our time and wait until we find something that we think is perfect. Hopefully one of these will be it, but if not, could take a while. So that's it for news, and we've got our first letter here is one that looks like it has been through a lot getting to us. It was pretty much torn open already. And I don't think anything fell out though, which is lucky considering there's a bunch of little things in here. I guess I wouldn't know if some of them had fallen out. Look, there's this little I love cats thing. I don't know what you'd call it because it's got a little loop on it, but that's cute. It's really cute. And then we've got a home. This is clearly something about our home. This is very sweet. We'll open it in just a second. And then we've got another card. Oh, and a couple of other things too. We've got cactuses here. Cactuses. Cacti. All right, I'm trying. A bunch of little stickers. Those are really cool, like 3D, very 3D stickers with various sort of, what am I looking for here? Heights. They've got various heights of paper on them, but I don't know, I'm looking for a term like contouring or steps like you would have in landscaping. Maybe I've been looking at too many houses. Okay, dear Mr. A, Dr. DJ, all kitties, this is card 2. Okay, let me try this one then. This one says home on the front. It's got a really cute house, and then on the inside it says sweet home in a frame. It's very sweet. Dear Mr. A and Dr. DJ, this is one of 2 cards I'm sending. I hope you hang this one in your new home. Congratulations, Dr. DJ. I'm so happy for you both. I hope you find a great new home. With love, April L. April L, thank you so much. These are really cute cards that you've made. And I will see if we manage to keep things together well enough during all of our moving to hang it up in our new house. But I can definitely go put it on our cardboard here, it's very sweet. I like it. Thank you. This one says, Dear Mr. A, Dr. DJ, all kitties, this is card 2. I don't know if you remember me from a year ago. I was the one who was going through shoulder surgery. Oh, it's been a year now. I'm fully recovered. Surgery went great. Spent a month in rehab. All is well. I'm enclosing some stickers. You and Dr. DJ are so great in all you do. Don't ever forget how much you both are both loved. Let me try that again. Don't ever forget how much you are both loved and appreciated. Again, congratulations, Dr. DJ. With love, April L. April, I am so glad to hear that your shoulder surgery went well and that you are fully recovered. Physical therapy is great. I did a lot of it for my back and it helped so much. Don't forget to stick with those kinds of exercises and stuff even after you're done doing it with the therapist. Make it part of your regular routine if you need to. I certainly needed to do that and more to really get my back to a place where I can be happy, even if when I was talking to my brother about it, the way I described it is, it doesn't bother me most of the time, but there is pain that's always there if I go looking for it. That's the way I told him, and he thought that was a pretty clever way of describing it. So that's what I'll say is that I haven't been pain-free, but it doesn't bother me most of the time anymore because all the working out and stuff really pays off. So, all right. That was our one letter, April L. Thank you so much. And we will just jump right into these packages. I don't think it's going to take us very long again this week, and that's good. Like I was saying, I hope we keep up this or even less until we're all moved into the new place, whatever it happens to be. Looking at houses is a lot of fun, but it's more fun when you're looking at things that are actually like real options. It's pretty rough when everything that's on the market just doesn't quite do it. I don't remember having this problem before, but I also don't remember us having quite so many. We weren't so particular before. This is going to be our third. The house that we're in now is our second house that DJ and I bought together, and the second house that either of us have bought ever. And then the new one will be our third. And I think we've learned a little bit each time. And I'm sure there's a lot more for us to learn, but we've also learned not just about what to look out for. This house taught us a lot about what to look out for with everything that has gone wrong here. But I think we've also learned a lot more about what we like and what we don't like. And that has sort of, in a way, limited our options because, the one thing that I really don't like, and I knew I didn't like when we bought this house, is the style of it. It's a colonial is what they call it. It's probably the most common style of house in the United States. It makes up over 50% of all the listings that we see. And I've basically just eliminated it entirely. So that does cut down our options quite a bit. And that's on me. But like I said, we can afford to be a little picky right now. We'll get desperate later. So this says okay to read on stream, and look at this, it's sealed with sealing wax, and it's a calico seal. It's really cute the way you've got the orange and the white in there, and a little bit of brown. Very cute. Oh, this is an amazing, it looks like a little pen and ink drawing of a tabby cat. Looks like Eddie. And he's sitting on a stool or something, looking out a window at a skyline and hot air balloons. And this really clever use of color here with the one red hot air balloon and the red thing that he's sitting on. Excellent composition on that. That's great art. It says Roger Laborde, I guess, B-O-R-D-E, Roger Laborde. Oh, no, that's not what it says. That's the name of the card company. Illustration by Elise Hurst. Okay, Elise Hurst, H-U-R-S-T. Perfect. Very nice. Mr. A and Dr. DJ, happy spring. You have so many adventures ahead. Enjoy, love, True Blue. Aw, thank you. We knew this was from you, of course, when we saw this. I'm assuming this is yes for Noodle. Look at those bold colors, too, just like little Noodle. And that's why we got the calico seal. There's also a note. The note says, Dear Mr. A and Dr. DJ, OMC. OMC, oh my C. Calico? All right, that's what we're gonna go with. Oh my Calico, I recently realized I haven't sent a sticker for Ms. Noodle yet. What a great Calico she is too. She's so playful, energetic, and loving. I'm in love. Any chance you're flying to the Pacific Northwest right after her graduation? Oh well, I can dream. It's always tough when a non-mom comes to the academy. I mean, we know the KA mission is to help a mom cat have her last litter, graduate her, then get her and her kittens into their forever homes. But with a non-mom, you're just cutting out the last litter part. She still gets the benefit of a Kitten Academy education and placement into her ideal forever home. But we, the Discorders and YouTube viewers, just don't get the tiny tinies until the next possible mom cat. As for your upcoming move, I envy you and don't envy you. I grew up in a military family. I love the thought of moving and changing things up, finding that forever home with everything you want and making it your own. What are you doing? You're on patrol. You're zooming around. I also don't relish having to change things up, searching for what seems like an eternity for that forever home that will never quite have everything you want, but you still get to make it your own. Wishing you only the best with your new adventure. Keep doing what you do. Love, True Blue. True Blue, thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely mixed feelings. You know, right now I think it would be nice if we could find a house because then we could get everything else going. And there is a lot of work involved in everything else, you know. Scheduling the move, getting this house cleaned up, getting this house sold. You know, all kinds of stuff and you know, I can list that in 3 statements, but it is a lot of work, each one of those things. So, yeah, but basically all that is sort of on hold until we find a place first. I think that's the primary thing. So otherwise we won't know when to schedule moves, and we, you know, this house, I want to get this house cleared out before we try to sell it so that it can just be nice and clean and pristine. So yeah, lots and lots. All right. Thank you so much for this, by the way. This is the kicker for Noodle. She is going to love it. She needs a kicker. She needs a lot of play. She is, like you say, super wild, loves to play. And I think she's going to do great for somebody. I seriously doubt it will work out, but at our vet, one of the receptionists was very excited about a long-haired calico. But she did ask me, you know, does Noodle get along with other cats? And I said, well, not really. And she said, well, I thank you for your honesty, but she's obviously got other cats, and I think that's going to be a big consideration for her, so it may not work out. On the other hand, Noodle does kind of get along eventually if a cat can put up with her being so wild. She and Tutu are sort of getting to be friends, which is surprising because of the entire group of cats that we have here. I would say Noodle, Tutu, and maybe Jumper are the ones that have the most trouble adjusting to new cats being around. So the fact that two of them are starting to become friends is pretty big, actually. Um, and it's really cute to see them together, although Tutu does get pretty upset if Noodle gets too excited, which happens quite a bit. So they're still working things out. Noodle also does like to come up and just smack Tutu for no reason. Well, because Tutu maybe is sitting where she wants to be or something. What are you going to do? All right, the note. This is from Busy Cat, if you didn't see that. It's on stationery with a big-eyed kitty, like a little tutu kitty, I guess, a color point here. And it says, Dear Mr. A and Dr. DJ, you will never believe what I found in a store when I took my grandson to our local mall. A tutu! There it was, all white and sparkling, just looking for an owner. Well, there's only one kitten who can do this tutu justice, and she happens to be at Kitten Academy. I really hope it's not too small for her, and I know she won't like trying it on, but please, please see if you can get a photo of her in it. Then it can go in her endowments. Oh, look at that. It's perfect. I think it will fit her perfectly. It looks to me like it's exactly the right size, and it is sparkly, and it would be very funny to see her in it. I do think she's going to hate it, but I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love Busy Cat. Well, I did not expect this when I got a package from Busy Cat, but this is so cute. That's going to be wonderful on Tutu. And I still have my red tutu that someone sent a few years ago somewhere. I should wear mine too, and we can do a little Swan Lake or something. Oh, that's too much fun, Busy Cat. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this back in your envelope so I don't lose it with your little note. Trying not to show your address that's on this part to the stream. All right, that's too much fun. All right, perfect. Okay, I'm excited to. Thank you. Okay, good job. Push all that stuff right off the bed. Okay, this is from Miss Charlie I. It's come all the way from across the pond, and it says cat toys here on what appears to be a customs declaration, so let's see what that means exactly. She's gonna knock everything off of here. That's fine. I'll just have to get it all when we're done. You are a wild one, kiddo. She needs so much play. Whoever adopts her is either gonna have to find a way to get her to be friends with an active cat or have a lot of time to play with her. I almost wonder if she could be friends with a dog. I guess that's a tall order, though, and it would be, you know, it would be a real question. I wouldn't guarantee to any dog person that it would work out. It would definitely take some effort at the very least, I can imagine. Okay, we have a note. And there's some other stuff going on in here, too. Oh, the name ring for Noodle. All right, I guess I didn't realize we hadn't gotten it already. And look at this fun package. I love that there's a face on your little spirally, snaky toy thing with a hat. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a button hat and a little face, and then it's got these little spirally bits. And then we've got the ball, which is kind of coming apart here. It opened up. I can just snap it shut again when I was hoping I could do it through the plastic, but wait, I got it. Wait, I got it. Wait, oh, no, I don't got it. Okay. Anyway, we've got Noodle's name ring here. It says Noodle and cute little things. And there's also a laser cut wood here that says home is where the cat hair sticks to everything but the cat. Well, that sounds way too right. Okay, let's see your note. Hello, Mr. A and Dr. DJ. Hope you are both well. How's the house hunting going? There's Noodle's endowments. Well, not much to report from here. Kevin's fine. Still his laid-back self. Weirdo is on steroids for inflammation of his digestive system. My son calls her muscles. That's cute. Take care, Kevin. Charlie, Kevin, Weirdo, and Trent. Thank you so much, Charlie. I think we've got another package from you here, too, so we'll take a look at that next. I hope that little Weirdo does fine with those medications. We've had several cats that have been on steroids before for various things. Eddie came back with some unusual liver numbers in his checkup this week, which probably is nothing. They weren't that unusual, but that's exactly the kind of thing that we're looking out for right now, to make sure that it's just you know, an anomaly and not anything serious. So I guess we'll see about that. My guess is that there might actually be something going on because there's a few other symptoms that add up to that. So we'll probably have him into the vet again before too long. But otherwise he seems very happy and healthy, so I'm not too worried about it. I think if anything, we're probably catching something very early on. All right, I'm just going to try to put this away. I don't know why. All right, this must be the other package from you then. It says in the customs declaration, wall ornament. So that's intriguing. Let's see what that could mean. Oh, I see. You gave me a little guide here about where to open it, and I missed it. It was a little subtle. All right. Wow, I'm really going to tear this up, okay? Let's Hulk it open. There we go. All right, the knife guard that saved us, and there's a note here that says, Mr. A, remember this, 21 March 2025. I'm calling off Mailbag for today now. This isn't going to work. One, this may help. 21st March. Okay, take care, Charlie. I don't remember what that was about, to be honest, but I guess we'll find out. And then there is what appears to be a wall clock. Oh, okay. Let's see what it looks like. It looks nice. La Focus. All right. Let's see what she sent here. I'm going to have to go back and look at that mailbag now to get the reference, I think. Because my brain doesn't retain anything anymore. This is a very nice clock that also tells the day. That's a cool thing. I bet that has, oh, I think it was, must have been the week that I had the day completely wrong, isn't it? Was that just last week that happened? I remember that very clearly, getting the day completely wrong. So that must be what this is about. Isn't that a beautiful clock? It's really nice. I also like the sort of high-tech font. It looks like, what is that font? The OCR-A font, I think, that I use on my computer that I'm so fond of. B, one of them anyway. That's really cool. I like the fact that it's got a day of the week on it. That's extra fancy, extra cool. Thank you so much for that. That'll be fun to put up. It's funny, DJ and I watched some of the show on the BBC, The Repair Shop. I guess you guys have probably all heard of it or seen it. It's been around for a while now. It's basically just what it sounds like. It's they repair old stuff for people. In one of the episodes that we watched just recently, there was a town that had an old clock that had hung on a wall in like the town square forever. Really, really old thing. And they brought it in to be repaired and fixed up. It had a lot going wrong with it. It was just rusty and, falling apart. And like a big, big clock like this, and it was deep too. It was really thick and like the kind that you see, that's stuck out from the wall. I think of the old clocks on the Marshall Fields in downtown Chicago, like that kind of a thing. And they brought it in and they opened it up to start, working on it. And it turns out that someone had repaired it in the past and replaced all of the, what must have originally been a mechanical clock that was probably all gears and stuff, really cool, with a little, $5 electric clock mechanism that runs on a AA battery, exactly like this one. Which I don't know, for some reason I found that highly amusing that you had this giant, Marshall Fields style clock hanging in a town square, and it was run on a little tiny wall clock AA battery mechanism. Yeah, so perfect. Now we've got one of our own here. Thank you for that. All right, let's see what we've got next here. Well, there's a lot of stuff in here and some notes. I think this is a drop ship from Amazon, so there's like a sheaf of notes here. There's some interesting looking stuff. Knives for Noodle, please deploy, from Bellamy and Professor. This does not sound safe. All right, we'll find out what that means in just a minute. Cat dancer for Noodle as endowment from Bellamy and Professor. Okay, so Bellamy and Professor sent us stuff for Noodle, it sounds like. Cat self-cleaning brush for Cloak as endowment from Bellamy and Professor. Cool. Okay, I guess that's it. Let's see what that all means then. So, there's other stuff in here. There may be other notes that we haven't found yet. Because we've got all these Tiki Cat sticks, easy to eat, lickable, wet treats. And I don't know if I mentioned for sure, but Tiki Cat sticks are the ones that Cloak likes. She does like them, but it's more like liked because every time that I use anything to give her gabapentin to knock her out so that I can give her a bath, she'll never touch that, or she doesn't trust it again the next time. I shouldn't say never, because she'll take Tiki Cats from me as long as she doesn't suspect that I've mixed treats into it. But if I put it in a dish and I put the gabapentin in it, she takes one taste and she can tell it's in there and she's like, nope. So then I used the pill pockets and I mashed up the gabapentin in one of those, and I even wrapped it in a pristine pill pocket so she wouldn't taste it right away, and that worked once. And then the second time she's like, no, I figured you out. I'm not going to do that again. So I'm just going to have to keep switching it up for her. Anything that we do for her once to give her the pills doesn't work a second time to give her the pills. Wow, this says feline four-sword style catnip toys, and it's got a very angry looking cat on the front. It's got an axe, a cleaver, a chef's knife, and a saw, according to the pictures here. It says catnip crinkle paper snuggly. It says each of those in blood on the side of the box. Snuggly, in blood. Oh, wow, they are. They're all covered in blood. This is really cool, actually. A little bit morbid, I suppose, but really cool. You want some tools here to really cause some havoc? All right, we got it is. And I can smell the catnip on it. What do you think? There's an axe. Here's the handsaw. The chef's knife. Very nicely balanced. There we go. And one more, the giant meat cleaver. Okay, there you go. What do you think? You want to play with these? Here, this one's got some little paper on it. Okay. Once it flies, she's like, oh, that's for me. All right, this is the cat dancer. I won't open it, but you guys all know this one. It's the wire with the little pieces of cardboard on the end. Great toy. She is going to go wild for that. It says for her endowment. And then cat self-cleaning brush. Oh, I see this. That's what this is. It is a brush that you stick on the corner of something, like maybe the corner of a square cat tree or the corner of a wall, an inside corner. And then she can rub up on it and brush herself, which is very sweet. There we go. You can see. There you go. Just like that. Little 90-degree angle in there, and it's got everything you need to attach it. I think it's even got a strap if you just want to strap it around like a square table leg or chair leg. So that is perfect. I think she will like that. It is very difficult for her to be brushed by a person. She still loves to be petted, and it's just so hard to get her to do it, especially coming from me now that I've put her through so much torture. You know, she'll forgive me. She'd forgive anybody if you put in enough effort, which I will be doing over time. I'm just hoping that we're done with that ringworm. Fingers crossed. So. Okay, the knives, the cat brush, I'm just going to drop those in there so we remember what's what. And then we have one more box, also an Amazon drop shipment, so maybe... Oh, this one is from Mishi, though. I can see that. And what has Mishi sent? Oh! Hang on. Where's the... There's no note. All right. This is the wall crawler gecko. And it's got a remote control and everything. It's by Hexbots. And we actually have one of these that I thought it was you, maybe it was Lisa for Kittens that sent it, sent it recently. And I tried it out on, I tried it out on somebody in the annex. I remember having it on the wall in there. It must have been Capes Kids. Were Capes Kids ever in the annex though? Yeah, they were at first, right? Yeah. Yeah, they were, and then Cloaks were in the second annex. That must have been when I did it. And it uses a vacuum to stick to the wall, so it makes a little bit of noise, and they were a little spooked by it, but very intrigued after a couple seconds, and they really wanted to go after it. The way it moves is kind of creepy, spooky, like a real lizard. It moves its legs and its tail flops around, and it can run up and down the wall fast. Like it is really cool that way. So now that we have two, we can either do like, I bet if I got two of them on the wall at the same time, you could use one remote to control them both, and that could be some madness. Or DJ and I could have gecko fights, or we could endow one to somebody, to a cat that really likes it, or just have a spare for when ours dies. So I appreciate it. It's a really fun thing, and I know we got some of it on the stream. I don't know if anybody recorded it, but I know the stream was on when I was playing with it in there. But I should get it out again. It's something the cats I think would like, and you in particular, Noodle, that might be something that you would go for, huh? You don't seem like you would be afraid of it, or maybe you'd be afraid of it for a minute, and then you would hunt it down, wouldn't you? She's so snuggly. She's such a snuggle bunny. She wants to play more than anything, but she'll accept snuggles and treats when there's no play on offer. Okay, so I'm going to put that in here right now. We'll take that down for endowments. That was Mailbag. Like I said, another short one, which is good. We're trying to keep it light until we move, so there's less for us to just find proper disposition of during the move, whether it goes with us or gets redonated or whether it gets endowed. Less is more right now, so that's good. But thank you to everybody for everything. It is wonderful, and I am quite excited about all of this. Okay, get these stickers that fell down here. Okay, one more. There we go, and this. All right, there we go. All right. Noodle, I brought Noodle into the spa last night to hang out with us in the spa, and I brought Tutu and Romper in too. I was thinking that because Noodle and Tutu have been getting along so well, they could spend all night together in the spa with us, and it was working out really well at first. In fact, Tutu and Noodle were actually playing a little bit, like kind of chasing each other around, but at least eating together and playing with the same toys together, and everything was fine. There was no hissing or growling. These two, Tutu's big on hissing at other cats, and Noodle's big on growling at other cats, and there was none of it. It was really cool. But then it was, I don't know, early in the morning, 1 or 2, when I was starting to try to go to sleep, and probably around 1, 12:31, I was trying to go to sleep, and that's when Noodle and Romper kind of both wanted to sit in the same place right next to me in the bed. And I realized they do both sort of like that spot, like by my left shoulder, like in the same position. And so there was some contention there, and that started some growling and some hissing. And also started Romper like trying to run away, and I just thought, you know what, this is too much. I don't want little Romper to not be able to have his spot and hang out with me. So I brought Noodle back in here, and that's when I discovered that Loganberry had been in here and peed on this futon. And unfortunately, even though I had a waterproof blanket on it, it wasn't actually all that waterproof. And I usually have a backup of the. I usually have a waterproof liner underneath it, and I didn't have that on because I'd taken it off to wash, and then I didn't get it back on right away. I was waiting until I changed the blanket. So unfortunately, it came through into the mattress. So last night I'm in here, and I just wanted to go to bed, and instead I've got to get out the enzyme cleaner and the baking soda and come in here and scrub it and try to rinse it out and get everything cleaned up, or at least pre-treated well enough that I can leave it for a while. So that's what happened. That's good times, and it's pre-treated well enough that I can leave it for a while. But soon I'm going to have to get back in here with the deep cleaner, the carpet cleaner, and really go at the mattress with that. Good times. All right. Well, I'm going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to turn off my mic so I don't forget, and we'll get everything back to normal here. Thanks again, everybody. That was a good one. Fantastic. Always a good time. All right, let's see here. Okay, sorry for the late start, by the way. That was entirely my fault. I should have realized sooner that there was a technical problem. It wasn't as though Pat hadn't already tried to tell me. She told me, I think, last night that there was a technical problem, and I didn't notice until I went to go to try to do it, and it wasn't working. And then I looked and I saw that, yes, I had been informed of it. So that's on me. I think it's working right now, though. Wow! 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 Wow, wow, wow. Meow? What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me, though? Meow? I know you want to go out, but there's so many other cats out there. You would not be happy right now. This is not the right time for you to be out there. Here, play with your knives. No, Cardigan, no point there. Oh, Cardigan. Come on, Cardigan, let's go. We gotta go. Come on, you're not in here. The welcoming committee says you're not welcome. Come on. With this bed down, it's going to be harder to get her out of there. Hi. Come here, Cardi. Come on, let's go. Come on. Not you. Cardigan, for crying out loud. Hi, you got to come with me. Nope. I got you. I got you. Hi, I got you. Oh, big old snuggly Cardigan.